Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is having and wanting. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a few years ago, and the world has completely changed since then. So if I encounter anything that is out of date, I will give you the most recent information, and at the end, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Having and wanting. We are very creative beings. We're attracted to books and videos on abundance and manifestation, as it's our inherent nature to create. There are lots of techniques for attracting what you want, for bringing your dreams into form. Our success with that varies, I find, depending on our level of focus. I have something to say, but I'm going to read another paragraph or two before I jump in. I don't read these beforehand, so I don't know what's coming up. It's possible to live this life from a purely superficial and materialistic level. There are very successful people out there who haven't had an introspective thought in their entire lives. It's really okay. It really doesn't matter. Okay, I see where I'm going with this, and I'll just interject that I might actually say this, but anyhow, the level of focus can be kind of a tricky thing because one of the things when people get really hooked on like the law of attraction and then they focus, 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 well, often the focusing prevents the manifestation from happening because you're kind of focus creates it continuously as a dream or a desire. And sometimes it's letting go of the focus that brings it into form. More on that later. This world is a playground that encompasses every game. What you create lines up with where your inner and outer focus align. Sometimes we create things from our inner being, which doesn't look very fun from an external perspective. Pain, hardship, loss, and lack are some examples. But we don't have to be unhappy when these things occur. Sometimes we create something externally that looks absolutely fantastic. Wealth, status, perfect body, perfect mate are some examples. And yet, for some reason, we're miserable. Whatever you have in your life is a reflection of your spiritual creativity. From our infinite self, it's all good. It's all creative. It's all juicy and wonderful and ripe with possibilities. The more capable actor goes for the more difficult parts and the more challenging storyline. If we're complaining about our life, as consciousness, we're actually spiritually boasting. If you're spending most of your energy wanting things, focusing on what you don't have or what you need, it's an indication of what level you're viewing things from. It's unlikely you'll create your desires from this level, or if you do, you won't be happy with them. Or if you create things that seem successful, they'll include some painful subplot because you'd be dissatisfied with an easy life. Our happiness doesn't come from checking off everything on our wish list. You can be happy in any moment, regardless of the circumstances. True happiness comes when we, our body personalities, are aligned with us as consciousness. When our little will is in agreement with our higher will. It takes acceptance of what is and ownership of what you currently have to feel real happiness. It's not giving up trying to make things better. It's letting go of trying to make things perfect. Start by taking stock of all you've created in your life and recognize that it is all a reflection of you, your essential creativity. Validate how capable you are. Focus on what you have rather than what you want, and everything will fall into place. Try this for the next week and see what happens. This is another evergreen story. It hasn't really changed with time, except that maybe our cultural merit badges have changed. And by merit badges, I mean, all the things that symbolize success. Like I mentioned, the perfect spouse, the perfect job, the perfect house. And often people who have achieved those external things are internally really miserable because they've been going for an external thing and not what really is in alignment with who they are as consciousness. And the thing I find is when you start to go towards spiritual things, then it's a whole different set of merit badges, so to speak, of the ability to be focused and clear within yourself and in relationships, to be connected as consciousness, to integrate your life with your values. And all these things can often be the opposite of the material merit badges, and sometimes requires you to have the life lesson of losing some of these material merit badges in order to really see what's truly valuable. But I have to say, if you can make this shift consciously, then you don't end up manifesting circumstances where you traumatically automatically lose the material things. Also, when you focus on the true merit badges, often the material things come into your life, but in a way that you couldn't possibly have imagined and in a form that is so much more valuable and satisfying. So if you like these videos, please share them with your family and friends and on your social media. And please click the like button and subscribe, and that way you're telling YouTube to share this far and wide and get this out to someone who really needs to see this information. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you an expanded perspective of your life and really a way of seeing your life as consciousness. And if you want some manifestation techniques, Manifesting Money and Miracles is my self-study course where you learn how to shift energetic frequencies that create remarkable changes in your life. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can learn about my individual sessions where I take a look at you as consciousness and what's going on in your life today. And then I can answer any questions that you might have, whether it's about relationships, about your spiritual growth, about your job, your money, where you live. I can also talk to dead people, and I can see what's coming up in your future. And all of this is recorded just for you. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, that is, navigate your life as consciousness, Manifesting Money and Miracles is a great preparation for my coaching special, where I work with you one-on-one and give you specific consciousness techniques so that you can transform your life. So go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.